Hello there, welcome back to my channel. I had to take a moment and share with you guys this really neat tool that I have been shown by a wonderful lady, and I had to share it with you because it has literally changed my life on how I do genealogy. So there's a lady named Eva. She is so wonderful. She is actually German, and she works here in the Midwest Genealogy Center here in Independence, Missouri. And she showed me this little trick one day, and so I wanted to share it with you guys. If you go to the Wikipedia website, I'm going to go ahead and show you, kind of where I'm going. I'm going to kind of guide you through it. So let's go ahead and pull up the Wikipedia website. Okay, let's just pull that up. Click on the Wikipedia website here. And as you can see, I'll just make a quick note because I'm laughing inside. I already recorded this video, and this is the second recording because there is a lovely photo on the first page that is not appropriate. And so I have placed myself where it needs to be so that we don't see it. And so I'm redoing my video just so that I can blog this out because I'm new to videographing. So, yeah, and so I will move myself back down the screen in a moment. I apologize. I don't know how to do that without you seeing how I do it. So we're just going to do that. So let's go ahead and get started on this. We're going to go ahead and search here. I'm going to just pull up my family. So I'm going to just pull up the Germans from Russia. That's who my family is. They are, on my father's side, they are Germans from Russia. And that is just a group of people that went from Germany to Russia and cultivated the land and did all this wonderful stuff. They went there invited by Catherine the Great, who I actually am named after. So let's go ahead and pull that up and see what we can find. Wikipedia, you can find a lot of things about areas that your family is from. And Wikipedia, you can also find genealogy and everything. Like, it's great. Quickly, one other thing I will mention is the reason I'm showing you all of this is when you're doing your genealogy, most of us are in America. And eventually your family tree ends up somewhere else in another country. More specifically, this will help you if your country speaks a different language, okay? So I don't know how much this may help you if you're from England, but it might, so you could still try it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm really excited to show it to you. So let's type in Germans from Russia and see what it pulls up. Here's a page from Germans from Russia, and as you can see, it's got a lot of information about the history of this people. You'll go down and there's a contents here on the side, and you'll come over here and there's some statistics. Oh yes, before I forget, let me go ahead and move. Bear with me. You're going to see the inner workings. I'm going to move myself down the page so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay, that's better. So now you can see, and I'm not blocking this information. So if you come over here to the right, there's like statistics. There's population, there's who lived there, there's some Germans, there's some Russians, Ukrainians again. One thing I will mention here is like a place like this. I believe this place has been Russia and Ukraine at different points, meaning, there's been wars and it has either been Russia or Ukraine at some point. Back then it was Russia. So I just want to throw that out there because a lot of times your area that your family's from could have changed, especially if you're on a border of, let's say, like France and Germany, or of, of course, England and Scotland. Like, you've got all kinds of things like that you need to keep in mind. So that's when this language thing comes into play, because I've got an area here where people spoke German and they spoke Russian. Okay, so look over here, and again, and you'll see, like, there's a religion, there were Lutherans and Catholics, there's some other information here, there's Volga Germans, there's all this information over here, that they give you of this area. Now I'm going to come back over this way. They've got this great information here, and then they've got like a list of what you're going to find down the rest of the page, like if you wanted to quickly get there. Quickly, I'll just show you, I already know my family is Black Sea Germans. So you can see I've already clicked there. I do have family from Volga, but they're very distantly related. Most of my family's from the Black Sea Germans, right? So you'll notice here to the side, oh, Ukraine. So that has something to do with Ukraine. Oh, I meant to leave it there. So here is where it talks about the Black Sea Germans, and it talks about their information, okay? So this might be helpful to some of you. There's more information if you keep going down the page. Let me get down here to the bottom. You'll usually find a lot of resources and other links to other websites and sources of where you might be able to find more information. Okay, going back to the top. I know the town that my family is from, and this is where it gets really important for what I'm trying to show you. Specifically, this is what I have found has really helped me. So I'm going to type in the town in this area that my family was from. So it was Kandel, Kunstjurgen, Russia. Now, of course, I'm butchering the name. I do not speak fluent German or Russian. So let's go ahead and put that in. Now, I want to say one more thing about this. In my case, oops, I had added an extra A. In my case, with my family being from this area, very commonly a town in Russia that was like this situation where there were Germans from Russia in it as well as Russians. It had two different names. It had Germans from Russia, so they had a name. They had a name for the town, and then there was also a Russian name of that town. And then also the name of the town might have changed later on. Like, you know, this is a couple hundred years ago at this point that this town was, and maybe the town has gone away and there's been a new colony that's arrived and they've renamed or named something else. So take a look at this page. I've typed in Kandel, Kunstjurgen, Russia, and this is what comes up. Oh, look, sorry, this page does not exist. So look down here a little further and you're going to see it did pop up two different things though. And I'm going to go ahead and look at this and go the information here. It says Lemonski was an urban type settlement. And then you can see it's got a little information here. Kunstjurgen is mentioned and Kandel's mentioned. Also Seltz, Baden, Strasbourg are all mentioned. Now these are all names of towns that my family was from. So I can guess that this is going to have to do with something with my family tree. And then again, it looks like it takes us back over here to this Black Sea Germans and that Kunstjurgen is mentioned there. I'm going to click on this Lemonski. Again, it's showing you it's a town or settlement in Odessa, Russia, which is all names I'm familiar with. So here we are, Lemonski. And if you'll notice here, it gives you a description of the town. And it'll mention here villages. And it says Seltz, named after Seltz in Alsace, France. Okay, so there's another area. That again, our ancestors came from those areas and they moved to Russia and they just named these places the same places. And then you've got Kandel. Oh, I'm looking for Kandel. Yay. Okay, so then you see over here, it mentions these names here and where you can go to further down the page to find the information on that town. Okay, just kind of look around the page for a minute. I want you to look over here to the right. There's a picture, there's a flag, there's a coat of arms. There is the location of where the town is on the right off the Black Sea on this main river here, or one of these main rivers. Sorry, these are all rivers. And there's more statistics, if you will. So I'm showing you all this for a reason. Here's where I'm going to show you Kandel. So here it shows you all the information about Kandel. And it started, the colony first arrived in 1808. It named the place. And all these Germans from Russia came over here and settled this area. Okay, they got to keep their names. They got to keep their religions. They got to keep they didn't have to pay taxes. They got to just be their little German colonies in Russia. It was a neat thing they had going on there. And as you can see, the name of the town has changed over time. So that is key. Now, here's where it gets to the good part. You ready? Okay. I want you to go over to this side of your screen and look down here. I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. You'll notice this area here. It says languages. Okay. And oh my gosh, there's different symbols. I don't know what all that means, but you can see here, as again, you can see I've already clicked on these because I've done this video before and I'm redoing it. If you'll notice, that's Deutsch, that's German. So you take your cursor and you just highlight it. You don't click it or anything. And you'll see it says German, right? So this says right here, Russian. And this says Ukrainian. So this page is in all these different languages that it's showing you. There's 5+ more. Look at this. You can translate it too, right? So I want to show you, the reason I'm showing you this is because I want you to keep in mind, again, Russians and Germans with those languages lived here. So there might be something important here. It's not just going to be a translation of this page. I'm going to show you in a minute. So let's go ahead and go over your highlight back over this. It says Russian. I'm going to do one more thing. Okay, so I would click on that. But for comparison purposes, what I'm going to do is and you're going to want to do this too. So when you're doing this, do it this way when you're first doing it, because there's a reason for it. So I'm going to make the screen smaller so I have I can compare this to the Russian version of the same page. That's what I'm trying to show you. So I'm going to make this smaller, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste it. And so it's basically the same website, right? And I'm going to take this website, and I'm going to drag it over, all right? So you'll see here, I've got the same page side by side, right? Except what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave this side English. I'm going to go over to this side, and I'm going to go down here a little ways, and I'm going to click on the Russian translation of this page. Now, look at the similarities. You see how everything's the same? The pictures, look at I look at, like, there's 2 paragraphs here. Look at this little box here of all this detail. Notice how different that's going to be in a minute. Go ahead and click on the Russian translation. Again, I don't speak Russian, so I'm going to right-click this Russian translation and translate it to English, okay? Whoa, what the heck? There's a whole completely different write-up of this town. I get so excited. Okay, just bear with me. I am totally a genealogy geek. Okay, everything's different. Okay, so you can look over here. The pictures are different. The statistics are different. Literally different information as opposed to over here. Okay, the Russian side had more information than the English side. Okay, and so what I would do in this case, because this information is all important to me, because when you're looking at different records, let's say, for instance, I need to go to this city, and I need to go look at this city's records, and of course the records are not going to be in English. Do you think they're going to have the English spelling, or do you think they're going to have the Russian spelling of that town, or whatever it is if you look at the document even more? Okay, that's the point I'm trying to make. All this information counts. All right, that was a sidetrack, but my point is at this point, I would take this page, print it. I would take this page over here, and I would print it. And then I would go to a 3rd page and maybe even a 4th. So just for kicks and giggles, let's go to the Ukrainian page. So again, look how much, oh, by the way, let me just scroll down here more. There's way more information, right? And again, there's links down here. Now, again, there might be Russian links here on this Russian page that may not be on this English page or the German page. Let's see. See, it's even different. It's got like external links here. I don't see anything about just links. The whole setup's almost different. The references, there's just a lot of different information here. Then it's not an exact. That's the whole point I wanted to show you. So then let's go back up here to the top on both of these. Bear with me for a minute. Let's scroll back down. Now I want to go to. This is the Russian version. Now I want to go to the Ukrainian page, okay? Again, I don't speak Ukrainian. Right-click, translate to English. Voila. Now, take a look. Look at the size of this little, what's on this page, and look at the size that's on this Ukrainian page. A lot more information. This is also probably more recent information, because if you'll notice here, this information deals with a lot of like 1900 to 1944, and this information seems to be over here starting, it seems to be starting with like the Second World War, which happened after this time. Do you see how right there, there's a completely different story about this area? Why would this be important to you? I'll tell you why. Because this is the most recent name of the town. This is the most recent country that owns, if you will, owns this land, if you will. It's no longer Russia, it's Ukraine now. So now this is where I would go for those documents. Does that make sense? Again, or researching, they're going to have the documents because those documents from that town are going to be in that town, right? And the town is no longer in Russia, it's in Ukraine. So now I really need the Ukraine version of this page. That's why you see so much information, okay? And there's all kinds of District of Odessa, there's all these things. And from this page, you may be able to find a ton of more information. Let me just scroll down here to the basic data. Just look at the difference here. Look at the statistics. They're completely different on this page. Just the statistics alone. All right. Let's go down a little bit further. I just want to kind of peek at things for you. I want to go down to the bottom because this is where you're going to find like where you can find more information. Okay. I've already done, I'm not going to pull the side on the left down. I'm just going to show you this. There's so much information on this page just about this. It gives you websites. It gives you links. It gives you sources. that are not on the English version of this page. Okay, so happy hunting for you guys. I hope this has helped you. I mean, I'm not going to be able to go through exactly what you're going to find on each one of these pages, but let me tell you, you will find a bunch of information. From here, I was able to find a whole bunch of information on this one website that was I believe it was a Russian website, and they had records of all of the census records of this town. And again, some of these records Germans from Russia have here in America. Again, I have to pay for them, and I don't want to pay for them, but they had a lot of them too. And I was able to go to that website. Again, it was a Russian website, so I had to go from that website, and I had to just pulling the screen back up. I had to go to that website, which was in Russian, and again, you just right-click the website, and a lot of it will translate to English. Now, the documents, when you're researching the documents, will not change to English because you're looking at an image, and you're going to have to be able to tell what's what on the image. Sorry, if you want to do better at reading those things, maybe do some indexing in that language so that you're able to be more familiar with what a document, let's say a birth or a record like that. And I will be doing another video on that as well, because I have recently just picked up another hobby with genealogy, which is I've learned to teach myself genealogy, old German script, so that I'm able to do all of the documents that I'm trying to find on my ancestors. So that'll be for another video. For now, I hope that's helped you. If you have any questions, let me know. And leave a comment and let me know if there's anything else you want to see a video on. Thank you so much for stopping in today. I hope this has helped you. Wikipedia is amazing. Again, print off those different languages of that same page, because again, you'll find different information on each. Thanks, guys. Take care until next time. Bye.